Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamonds on my pinky and that brain.
Okay. I'm back. I'm not gone by a long shot. Let's go right ahead and get into the SmackDown recap. August 15th, 2025. I believe we were in what was we in? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Shoot here, full shoot. I'm gonna look up the date. Not even necessarily the date, but the location for WWE SmackDown. So give me 1 second. I like the fact that I get to keep it real with you guys and I don't have to hide no more. Because BZ and Larry wanted to put me in a box and I could not come out of that box freely. So it feels good to be able to say I can escape. So yeah, we're taking over. I'm taking over. And because you're with me, we're all taking over. This isn't no B&L connection. This is the Josiah we want supported. We want him supported connection. Yeah. I like the sound of that. Good ring to it. Okay, here we go. WWE SmackDown. Well, where was they live at? August 15th. Hold on. Give me a second. Where was they at? Location. No, I didn't say 2022. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to be here for a minute. So, in the meantime, I'm going to just hum. Maybe just sing a song a little bit. I don't know. Let me see. BZ and Larry could never cut me. Pause. BZ and Larry could never cut me. Pause. BZ and Larry could never cut me. Pause. Because they trash. Oh, they were in the TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts. Here we go. Alrighty. Welcome to SmackDown. We kick out the show with, a few shots at the arena. Wrestlers arriving. And then we go to the ring. Soul, Sequoia, and the MFTs come out for their entrance. Talking about some trash, about running the Blue brand. And then somebody comes out, he gives us a response, boom, boom, boom. You probably already know where this is going. Sami Zayn's going to get involved with the whole Bloodline story once again. I am not necessarily a fan of this. I will I'm being honest. I'm being honest with you guys even more and more and more. Not necessarily a fan of Sami Zayn getting involved with the whole Bloodline story. I wish they could have included somebody else, but maybe it's because of contracts. People still need to be trained. Rikishi needs to make that call. And by making a call, I mean Larry knows to call him, when to make that call. But yes, going back into this ring, so Sequoia and Sami Zayn are doing their thing, talking it up, boom, boom, boom. Zayn thanked him for ruining his chances of challenging for the world title. Y'all, this Earth stuff, they talk about the U.S. title. And Zayn has officially announced that he will be on SmackDown. So this draft thing, I don't know what WWE is conjuring up. I'm hearing that there's going to be a draft within the next month. At this point, I just don't care. There shouldn't be a draft. There shouldn't be no separation among superstars if you're going to play like this. Come on. We got to stop this. We got to stop this draft thing trying to come into play, because if it's not going to be a permanent thing, stop doing it. But what do I know? Alrighty. So he tells about that. Solo Sikoa and the crew attack him. Jimmy Uso comes over to make the save. Jacob Fatu even aids and overcomes the odds as well. And then, it was cool. It was cool. I will say the promo that Solo did with Sami Zayn It was all right. It wasn't bad by any means of the stretch. It was just okay for what it's worth. Solo is growing on me though. I am liking the whole him laughing without actually hearing him laugh, and him just, moving his arms and his face in a very strange way. It's getting over for whatever reason. It's getting over. By the way, during this promo, there was "We want Cross" chants happening in the building. I didn't know why. I said it was going to happen. And maybe I'm the only one that's called it. And if I didn't call it, I'm not the only one that called it, then whoever called it alongside with me, join the scene. Come on board. Anyways, we just got there. Zayn is still being the underdog. We got to get rid of that Sami Zayn underdog character. This is where I give BZ his credit, which I really don't want to do, but I'm going to give him his credit. We do need to get rid of this underdog character that Sami Zayn has at his possession and figure out a way of how we can get him over, furthermore. So we'll see. Nick Aldis comes out. He busts a 6-man tag match for the main event. Very predictable. Who didn't see that coming? So, but we got that. It's cool. All right. Let's move on. Oh, and there was a King of the Hill logo. I forgot about that. A King of the Hill logo was put in the ring, in the WWE ring. Who would have ever thought we would get a King of the Hill logo in the WWE ring in 2025? I don't think nobody saw that coming. All right. Here we go. The next segment we get is a match with Alexa Bliss going against Piper Niven of the Secret Harvest. By the way, big fan of the Secret Harvest. I love Chelsea Green. I love Piper Niven, and I ain't gonna show her for love out of fire. Can't wait to see them blossom to doing more, and I'm glad WWE is featuring them for sure. See that? I'm a rapper. Okay, Charlotte accompanying Alexa. They got this whole alliance of convenience thing going on. I love it. They're not trying to be best friends, which is good. It's typical to see, best friends always come together when they're trying to be the odd couple. But when it comes to them, they're the odd team that feels, well, we're just a team and we support each other, respect each other, but we're not friends. I love it. Slow, methodical match. Less Daryl things. May her come back. Niven can work, really good at times. She's really known to put on some really underrated matches. I think she's actually an underrated pro wrestler. I don't get the chance to say this all the time, but this is the truth. So all this happens. They do their thing. Bliss ended up being Niven, and I don't know if this is set up a featured tag match down the line with her and Charlotte against them. And if it is, I guess I'm all for it. I don't care. Okay. It was funny to see Chelsea and Alba make the announcer salute them. That was pretty funny. For some reason, Lily got a big pop in this match. And Flair doesn't get her credit, but she sold the post-match attack very, very well. Charlotte is doing wonders in 2025. I think this might be arguably one of, if not her best years, or best year. Next, we get The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Please don't do the Oz Miz, the Oz him, tag team name. That's absolutely horrible. Don't do that, please. But we see them backstage reunited. They was reuniting last week and decided to go at the tag team division. So now they're a part of the tag division. I guess you got to fit Carmelo Hayes somewhere and The Miz somewhere. It is what it is. Cool. They took on Axiom and Nathan Fraser to get back into the tag division, as I just mentioned. Had a really good match, I thought so. I think Axiom is becoming one of my favorite tag teams to see on SmackDown. And Miz and Carmelo, for what it's worth, they do have chemistry. So, but before the match could really, did the match really start? Maybe I'm having this whole entire thing messed up. I'm probably missing this whole entire thing. Let me see. Hold on. So I'm probably misdirecting another match for some reason. We see Joe Gacy come out. He was standing in the crowd, and then they hesitated. Dax Lumis was looking up. He was showed up. Just supporting and whatnot. I guess my mind's going crazy. I'm sorry. The crowd was cheering for Melo. So that tells me he's not a heel. He's going to probably be a babyface as time goes on. They were doing their thing. The former NXT Tag Team Champions were building a lot of momentum. Like I said, I think it was a really good match. Really good, solid pacing. And, yeah, tag team. We see the High Flyers getting some offense in. The Miz, and Carmelo ended up capitalizing and got the match won for their team. Cool. So I will say this. This probably might have been either one of the best matches on the show, as opposed to every single thing that was done throughout the show. It might be up there as being a tag match. I don't think Crash Team has missed yet. You know what I'm saying? And Melo don't miss. Yeah. I'm gonna let that sink. I'm gonna just let that sink in. It is what it is. All right. Way Bear, by the way, is really good on commentary. He don't get his credit enough, so please give him his credit. Give that man his claps. He do his job well. All right. DIY took on Street Profits. Before this came around, however, we get Drew McIntyre, the guy who won Talker of the Year, Promo of the Year, because he didn't miss with any of his promos from last year. Drew McIntyre, this guy's words, like a psychopath, whatever you want to call him, came to the ring after the break to talk about why he attacked the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, last week. The announcer said they didn't have an update on Rhodes' condition, and Drew did his promo, and I have to be honest, there wasn't really much there with this promo. Drew was still good, but they didn't give us they just didn't give us a really good build. They just gave you a reasoning for why Drew is doing what he's doing to Cody. Hopefully it is for him to go after the world title, and they book it for Clash in Paris. I'm fine with it. Some people are not fans of this match, coming around because I guess they don't think Drew and Cody have chemistry or whatever. But I'm a fan of it, and I think Drew is fantastic. He's excellent in the ring. So we need to see that match happen, and if rumors are true, Cody Rhodes might end up losing that world title against Drew McIntyre because him and Roman are going to be gone for the whole September month to film Street Fighter. So we'll see. Keep me updated, you guys, if that's the case as well, too, in the comments. All right, next match we saw was the Street Profits taking on DIY. B-Fab, Candice LeRae, accompanying their respective teams to the ring. DIY took most of the control of the match. After the break, the Profits began to have a comeback. Ford did his thing. Dawkins did his thing, recovered. And then we see the woman get into it, Candice LeRae actually ended up pushing B-Fab to the steel steps to create a distraction that allowed DIY to make a comeback, like I mentioned before. She also hit Hurricane Rana on Ford, which looked really cool. And despite the whole interference and the shenanigans outside the ring, Ford and Dawkins managed to get the victory and win. Great tag match. It's funny how they're doing these tag matches like back to back. We got like 3 tag matches so far on SmackDown, and it was they were pretty quality. They're pretty quality matches to watch. So if you haven't seen SmackDown yet, come back, watch the show. I think you'll enjoy it. Alrighty, Kiana James has come back to WWE television. She's been away for having an injury. I think she came onto the main roster, I want to say a year ago, but then she was off the television because she was dealing with an injury. They got her to where she's like an assistant for Julia, which, by the way, I'm a fan of Julia. Can't wait to see what she does for the U.S. title scene. I want WWE to do more with that storyline, but we'll see. She tried to get Tiffany Stratton to hire her. And, Julia was going to be her backup, essentially, I believe. Tiffany said no, and she's moving on. Tiffany Stratton hasn't changed a thing, yet she remains a babyface because the crowd loves her. I guess they love her for saying Tiffy time and doing up the prettiest moonsault ever. Cool. It's weird how WWE just stopped having B-Fab and Michin work as a tag team. I agree. I don't understand that concept. And by the way, you guys, I'm reading from Bleacher Report. Not just saying this for myself. I'm recapping what I've also seen, just getting another person to talk about this and me say what I want to say about it as well. Cool. We're keeping it real. We keep it real, raw, and uncut on here without Beezy and Larry. Ford makes everything look effortless. He could be elevated to the main event so fast if WWE committed to a push. I completely agree with that too. Montez Ford should have been pushed to the main event scene 2 years ago. But Is what it is. Is what it is. So, yep. All right, and last but not least, we get the 6-man tag team match main event. We have the MFTs take on Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu. Yep. For what's worth, match was pretty good. Zayn spent the longest time in the ring being isolated from his team, so once he made the hot tag to the Samoan Werewolf, the crowd went nuts because they love Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes, you know what I mean? And he went ahead and did his thing. You feel me? So we got that. Sokoa did his thing, took him down, hit a splash. Zayn came in, was able to secure with the win. What am I saying? Secure the win with an exploder suplex and a haluva kick to Solo Sikoa's face. Knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. That was it. I'm not understanding the whole R-Truth thing either. Why has WWE dropped the ball on R-Truth? I can't tell you why. They hired him for a cup of coffee. He was over. They had him to John Cena. Then they pivoted to having John Cena turn babyface, and R-Truth is left to do squat. I don't understand that. That's not fair to him. Hopefully, Alice Black and him will have their match. It was announced that they're going to have a match next week. And maybe R-Truth can get back up in the running, because I do want to see R-Truth get a push somewhere down the line. If that has him win the world title, sure. I just really want to see a quality feud. Just something interesting with R-Truth. Just something. If he's not going to win the world title, just give us something with R-Truth being a focal point for these shows. Because we want truth for a reason. We wanted truth for a reason. So, WWE, do y'all part, my God. Do y'all part, please. Alrighty. Yep. So, technically, we have 4 matches. A couple of promos here and there. No Cody Rhodes here. No John Cena here. Just Drew McIntyre. All we do know is Logan Paul is going to go after John Cena as well for Clash in Paris. And, Clash in Paris seems like it's going to be a really, really good show. Can't wait to see that. France is going to be awesome. And, that was my recap of WWE SmackDown. Next, we're going to go into AAA, Triplemania. But before we do that, we're going to end it off here. And, again, I'll see you in the next part.
I feel that you ought to go, treating me like I'm the man. I feel like you ought to go, the things that you do with your hands. I feel like you ought to go, the way that you twerk when you dance. I feel that you ought to. I feel that you ought to go, treating me like I'm the man. I feel like you ought to go, the things that you do with your hands. I feel like you ought to go, the way that you twerk when you dance. I feel that you ought to go. Baby, you show it, that's for real. To me. And I can't keep it low-key. See, everything you do to me is crazy. Two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boy back, they all run like sawmill. This beat was just sent to me, this was a fresh kill. But you ain't know when I load up, I act wild. Like draw 4, my screen kicks like a bad child. It's time to relocate, but not the eastbound.